everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, September 10th. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about some meetings that are coming up. Today we have the GRF Community Activities Committee meeting, and that will be at 1:30 today, and that is virtual, but you could always follow along by going to lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we have an update, a United update from Sue Margolis, who gave us a good rundown of what they've been dealing with, and then the budgets are coming up, and so they're at their final stages right now, and so she gives us a recap of what happened at the meeting regarding that. Then we also have the Theater Guild with Barbara Powell and Estelle D'Annunzio, and they are just a crack up, so join us for that later in our program. And then I wanted to let you know, if you weren't watching yesterday, that the governor has given us some additional reopening. And you can see here that we went from a purple level to a red level. So from widespread to substantial. So what that means now is that many of our restaurants and bars are reopening with a 25% capacity. So you want to check our website, which is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com, where you can get all of the information regarding what is locally going to happen here in the area. But nonetheless, if you wanted to follow along with the governor's reopening plans and to see exactly where everything is, you can go to covid19.ca.gov. And then if you wanted to get the latest numbers of COVID-19 cases per city and a variety of other demographics and genres, you can go to ochealthinfo.com. Then you could go to their county hotline if you wanted to speak to somebody directly, 714-834-2000. Then, as I mentioned, you can always go to lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com, our website, get local information, and then if you have any questions, you can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Okay, so our weather is kind of funky. We started out thinking it was going to be a bit warmer today, but it has cooled down a bit and it will be hazy. So the air quality isn't looking so good. So if you do have any issues with breathing, it is highly recommended that you don't go for a walk out today, because we still have a lot of that smoke that's coming down from Northern California, Big Bear, and San Diego. Hazy today, 88-65, Friday 88-65, Saturday 85-65, a little bit cooler. Sunday, 87-65, and then Monday we are forecasted to be very hot, 92-70, but we'll keep an eye on that for you. Sunrise and sunset, our sunrise this morning was 6:31, and the sunset will be at 7:05. And Debbie Byrne, thank you so much for sending in this photo of you in Alaska and this beautiful bald eagle. So very nice photo. And of course, if you have any gorgeous photos, which we got a lot yesterday, so we'll be airing those in the next few days, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. When we return, we will have the United Update with Sue Margolis. Stay tuned.
The City of Laguna Beach and surrounding areas have an active coyote population. Here are a few things you can do to help keep your families and pets safe.
When walking your pets, make sure they are on a short leash. Clean up after you grill outside, either at your home or in a city park. Keep your pets indoors in the evening and at night. Harvest your garden and fruit trees as soon as your vegetables and fruit are ready. Do not leave food or water outside, not for your own pets and not for wildlife. And most importantly, never approach coyotes, as they are wild animals.
Together we can help make this city safer for your families, pets, and the coyotes.
Welcome back. Today, I'm joined by Sue Margolis, who is here with the United Update. Well, Sue, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's nice to see you. I've been away for a little bit, so hopefully you've been enjoying the show when you can.
Yes.
All right, so tell us what happened at the meeting last time.
It's been a very busy month for the United Board. A high priority is finalizing the budget for next year. The directors take the fiscal responsibility seriously and have been looking at every line item in the United budget and the GRF budget, of which we pay 40% of. So this year's been particularly difficult because we need to assess the unknowns engendered by COVID pandemic. And consequently, all the catch-up work is still to be done. On top of which is turning out that our insurance funding is still causing some issues. Nevertheless, as for the bottom line, we believe we succeeded in keeping the base of the resident monthly HOA dues at the 602, just as last year. So there'll be no increase there. We will be reviewing the reserve fund at the end of October, by which time we can have a handle on our insurance funding and better feel for the effects of what COVID has done. Our funds. This year, we've been depleted our contingency fund because it was used for water intrusion events. But for next year, we will be budgeting the water intrusion costs into the reserve and operating funds. So we won't be touching the contingency fund for that, but we need to build it up.
Okay.
Okay, the big elephant in the room is insurance funding.
Right.
It's become a real difficult problem. And it's not because of the village in any way. It's because of the fires and all of the things in global warming, everything else has brought the insurance. Unfortunately, our insurance year starts October 1st. So we don't have an idea right now as to what we did. In the past years, we bought one policy for the village based on Third's requirements. And their CCRs required $700 million of coverage. The reason is that Third's residents are entitled to get a mortgage, which conforms to FHA, Fannie Mae, and all the governing docs. Until this year, that required $700 million coverage for the whole village. However, the new requirement issued raised the coverage amount beyond the $700 million because we were reassessed and we're now worth quite a bit more, double the amount that we used to, because the assessment was done almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
So we have to, So this year, Mutual 50 opted out since they have a steel building with sprinklers and more insurable for a lower fee. So we were all, the whole village. And the insurance companies had us reassess and the values doubled since our list. Our agent is telling us, therefore, that the price of insurance will double, on top of which they're going to add a 20% increase over last year.
Oh, wow.
It's a huge problem.
So how many different insurance companies are there that will actually cover you for something that large?
Up until last year, we had one insurance company. Last year, it took us 35 to cover us.
Oh, my heavens.
We had to do layer upon layer upon layer. So it's really a difficult process to go through.
Exactly. Okay.
And this year, we're getting told nobody's going to be willing to insure us to that the number. So so you can see there's a problem. The question to be answered for United: what is the base amount we need? Some say that we could get away with 100 to 150 million, and that would cover 99.5% of the things that occur. And what deductible will we be able to tolerate? We don't have any idea. And how would we cover a catastrophic event? One of the options would be to require all co-op owners to have an HO6 insurance, and we are definitely looking at that. That probably will be in place starting next month. There will be more talk about that in the future. All avenues are being explored. And I'm sure this is more than you want to know about insurance.
Oh, good stuff to know.
Yeah, it's a big situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of the budget discussion.
Big time.
Big time. Under new business, there were 4 motions on the agenda yesterday, and one was laid over from last meeting to extend the formula for eligibility for residents in our co-op to include another way for buyers to qualify financially to live in the community, based on a formula used by Third. This formula gives new buyers with assets but little, excuse the arm, income in a way to qualify. The formula is used the same way banks use it for loans, and it was passed.
Okay.
To further harmonize with our business practices and our legal requirements under Civil Code 5501, we've asked the Finance Department to separate the reserve funds from the operating funds by having separate checking accounts. And this has been a craw in a lot of people's throats for a long time. This will give us a clear visibility of the reserve funds as required by Civil Code. United is signing off on all checks paid from the reserve fund, but we have very little visibility of the cash funds and the charges by staff for work done against this fund. And this will give us the visibility we need.
Oh, by separating them out?
Yeah, they're commingled right now, and there's no way to know which is which. It is slightly more efficient on funding, but not enough to not go ahead and separate them.
Okay.
Okay, we've slightly modified the current practices for procedures of collecting fines, fees, and chargeable services to make it clearer. And these policies take in COVID and so forth, and they will be distributed to all United owners in the November mailing. Each November, we are required to make a mailing to all members. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, United will never have to use these procedures for collection of fines, liens, and so forth. And we're asking all members to use Easy Pay so they don't have to remember to put their funds in. Okay. It does save us money if they use Easy Pay. So.
Okay. Oh, that's good. And then, can't you set up some sort of a schedule with Easy Pay so it just automatically goes?
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It automatically draws from your account and you don't have to even worry about it.
Excellent.
Okay. Lastly, we went with the new paints are now warranted for 15 years. So we've approved a cost-saving measurements for maintenance and construction to extend the exterior paint program from 10 years to 15 years. We've also extended the breezeway and balcony resurfacing to 7.5 years cycle using a higher quality product. This will save us money and we'll have the same protection as we had before.
Oh,
so that's a cost saving that we'll take into account in October when we look at the reserve numbers.
Okay.
We don't want to we don't want to give out the money. We cannot refund any money. That is illegal for us to do. So it will go into the reserve funds, and maybe we will be able to bring down a little bit the assessments. But we'll have to look and see what the insurance does to us.
Yeah, that's a real doozy. And like you said, the fires, in San Diego County, Northern California, but what's interesting is you look around and we do have hills and things, but it's not like where they're having fires. So do you guys take that into consideration when you're talking to your insurance companies? Do you have to argue that?
Yeah, unfortunately, Third has one edge that is against a open area that could be a fire hazard.
Oh, okay. But I'm sure, doesn't the fire authority clear it?
We clear it.
Oh, you guys do? Okay.
We do keep it cleared and we do worry about it. But yes, we are not really in, but just because of the state of the whole state, we are in a large pool here that and insurance companies don't like it all in one site. They like if it's spread out into sites all over the country or something like that. If a big thing happens, it will only happen to a small area of it, but we're all one huge site and we're in one place. So it makes it very difficult.
I bet. Well, thanks for working on that and good luck to you. I know that's a real tough one.
Don't go out for your own home insurance because it's going to go up too.
I think everybody's going to have to worry with the state of, like you said, the way California is right now with all the fires, and the heat isn't helping at all. So, All right. Well, good. Well, thank you for the information. I really appreciate it. You always have a very thorough look at what's been going on. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Sue. We'll see you next time. And we'll be right back after this.
Cups, plates, burgers, chips, masks, outdoor air, 6 feet of distance, as few people as possible, and plenty of hand soap. Make sure lowering the risk of spreading COVID-19 is on your list for your next small gathering.
Do your part to lower the risk.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Barbara Powell and Estelle D'Annunzio, and they are here from the Theater Guild. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing?
Good, Lisa. How are you?
Good. And Barbara, you're looking good in your nice little section there.
My blue room.
Your blue room. I love it. All right. Well, you both have some things you want to talk to us about. So, Estelle, why don't you take it away?
Okay. Well, during this pandemic time, we've been allowing non-members to access our meetings. Usually we charge a $5 guest fee. So we're kind of having a membership drive at the moment. And we'd love it if those people would support us by becoming a member for $20. They can email me at theaterguildlw@outlook.com. And I will pass the information on to our membership person, Marilyn Tyson. We do have expenses. We've had to hire people to edit our skits, and we've got Zoom expenses, technical expenses. We're still working on the Zoom. Yeah. So, we're not like PBS. We're not giving away any tote bags. We're not giving any CDs. Although if someone has to have one, I will find a tote bag for you. But we'd love to have you support us during this time. We're trying to support the community as well.
Yeah, I know it is a tough time, and I think we're just exhausted going through all of this time and time again, and we're just praying and hoping that a vaccine comes through and it works and we can get back to some sort of normal. I mean, even our, our building is closed and we are operating out of our regular offices and studio, but at a very small crew. So it definitely is different. That is for sure. But I'm glad you're still able to, do some fun things. I mean, Zoom is great and everyone has been able to communicate. And you guys can still do some sort of acting and stuff online. So that's great.
Some sort. We're going to do a little bit later.
Okay, well, good. Well, good. So, I mean, that's great. I mean, it's nice that you open it up for everybody because, we all need entertainment right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. So and what I forgot to say is if you join now, it's good through 2021. And we're also, our current members are not being asked to renew their membership.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay, good. All right, perfect. All right, good. Now, Barbara, you have some programs that you wanted to discuss.
Yes, I do. Yes, we're staying busy during the pandemic. It's been really exciting for a lot of these folks who've been sitting around, wanting to do stuff. So we started this Readers Theater program, and we've had some new directors and some new actors and some really amazing performances by new actors. I think people will be really surprised, and some new directors. And the directors want to do more and more stuff, and we're asking them to bring us projects so that people can keep growing and learning during this time. In August, we had Phil Duran, and because we had opened it up to the community and nationwide, we had 85 people on our Zoom call.
That's great.
Yes, and the feedback was great. We're editing it, and we'll hopefully make it available for Channel 6 within the next month or so. Great. So that'll be fun. Then September, we've got 4 plays that we've done, and we've made a little commercial on YouTube as a teaser.
Need some laughs? Theater Guild presents 4 comical scenes via Zoom on September the 17th at 7 p.m. In the oldest profession, 3 aging hookers struggle to make ends meet. A father takes his son to be a man in the arrangement. Can a funeral be a laugh riot? Find out in The Funeral. A neurotic lyricist meets a famous composer. Will they make beautiful music together? Tune in on Zoom.
If you want a Zoom link for this show on September 17th, right, Estelle? I don't have a calendar.
Yes, at 7 o'clock.
Go ahead and email Theater Guild Laguna Woods at outlook.com, and we'll give you the Zoom link.
Yeah,
We're
it's
doing
just LW.
Perfect.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Good. And then-
We're doing the oldest profession, the arrangement, the funeral, and they're playing our song. Then in October, we're going to have a Monster Bash with a virtual costume contest and an original radio play, The Creature from the Black Laguna, and more surprises. Guess who wrote that? Anyway. And then in
Barbara never sleeps.
What's that? November, IME First Holiday Edition, and we're looking for people to present a 2-minute story about a holiday event that impacted them. I mean, a funny, touching, warm story that had impact. And we've got the audition notice for that. And then, believe it or not, in December, Terry Fizet is writing another play.
The Indomitable.
Wow.
Completely with eye movement and
Wow.
yeah, a little bit of singing and lots of dialogue. So it should be fun. Details to follow.
I love it. I mean, look at all the things you guys are doing. And so I'm glad you're staying busy and I'm glad you're still able to air stuff. And that Phil Duran thing, that sounds awesome. That you had so many people participate and good feedback. You know, like I said before, you have to stay busy and you have to stay entertained, especially communicating, because we don't want anybody out there getting isolated and depressed and that kind of thing. You know, beyond what you guys are doing with your plays and things like that, what are some other things that you've noticed some of your members and maybe non-members are concerned about?
Oh, that's a good question.
Tough one.
What aren't people concerned about? They're concerned about the election. They're concerned about their health.
Right.
People getting to and from doctors, and you know, and the people who live on their own are just wanting company, you know, and we're happy to provide that, you know, by Zoom, or if you really want to visit, you know, someone will come and visit you.
Yeah. And are you finding that people are using your club as an outlet?
I think so.
I do. So. Yeah, the actors have been so excited to be doing something and growing and challenging themselves. So I think it's been really, really a good...
well, it's kind of like a monologue a little bit, right? Where you're sort of doing it yourself, yet there's still somebody else, but they're not in the room.
And that's the challenge. I mean, talk about the little gray cells. We really are having the technology challenges and... you know, the background, not everyone has a computer that's able to have a virtual background. Mm-hmm. So for one of the scenes, I cut up some backgrounds that we wanted to use for our last play that didn't arrive in time, cut them in 8-foot segments, and we put them in people's houses so they had the same backdrop. And, you know, otherwise it looks like Estelle's in her room and I'm in my room and we're trying to be in the same scene. So
which is what our little scene is going to look like.
Yeah.
You know, that's good. I mean, we have to be creative and we are definitely doing that. So really happy to hear that. We look forward to seeing some of those things that you mentioned. So that'll be awesome. Now you two have a little skit that you'd like to perform for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have these characters that we've done before. Donatella Versace and Cuckoo Chanel. I lifted the Donatella character from Saturday Night Live, Maya Rudolph, because I thought it was hysterical, and I've written little things. So we're going to do one. We don't have our costumes, so you'll have to use your imagination a bit. And here we go.
All right.
Oh, if it isn't my old dead nemesis, Cuckoo Chanel.
Oh, Donatella Versace, oui, it is I. I am stuck here in Laguna Woods due to the pandemic. I miss Gay Perry, and I cannot get home.
Oh, tell me about it. I miss Milano. The closest I'm getting is the cookies at Ralph's. Oh, the orange and chocolate ones are pretty good.
Oh, Donatella, I see you have not changed much. Still drinking your lunch?
Excuse you, I resemble that remark.
Well, you know, at least I have made myself useful while I am stuck here. I am having a good time making my little black dress masks for the women who still want the couture.
Oh, you must be kidding. It's 150 degrees. Who the hell wants a little black dress mask? It's too far. It's a heat wave.
Song?
Yeah.
We're having the heat wave.
A tropical heat wave.
The temperature's rising.
It isn't surprising.
We certainly can.
Can. Oh, that was fun. You know, with these masks, every day is like Halloween here. You don't know who the hell you're talking to.
I know. No manicure, no pedicure. Everyone looks like the Bigfoot, especially you, Donatella.
What? You know, for a minute there while we were singing, I forgot how much I love you.
Oh, well, it is good to see you are kinder and gentler during these times. I cannot stand you either.
Well, then get out, you crusty old baguette. I'm sorry I ever ran into you. Next time will be with my golf cart.
Oh, you are a drunken old pizza face, and I hope you fall in the creek.
And scene.
You guys are cute. I love it. I love it. It's so entertaining. I mean, I really do enjoy it. Thank you so much. And you ladies have a lovely week, and we will talk to you soon.
Take care, Lisa, and thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back after this. I'm always so entertained by the Theater Guild. I just love them, so it's always a pleasure to have them on. All right, well, we have just enough time to tell you a little bit about the weather again. Just to remind you that today it will be smoky and hazy out, not as bad as yesterday, but nonetheless, there still was somewhat of an alert to let you know that it will be a little bit smoky today. So we are looking at 88.65, and then by Monday, 92.70. But we'll keep an eye on that for you. Have a great day in the village. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hearing loss only know the way they hear, not how much better they should be hearing. How well are you hearing? Are you understanding 60% or maybe only 30%? You don't know unless someone measures your hearing understanding ability. People are wearing hearing aids that are underfit with power, not programmed properly, the physical fit is too loose or too tight. Find out what your understanding score is with a special word test from Advanced Ear Care. Stop in today and tell them Stuart sent you.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all of your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in the lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you again.
Tip. Toss. Take action. Don't give mosquitoes a fighting chance.